Beats craze.
Rebels arose who were determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem.
The Sicarii.
To the Sicarii, anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death.
Many were slain every day, and the fear men were in was worse than the calamity itself.
Beats craze.
Okay, Shalom. First and foremost, want to say call halal, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, that's all praises to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son. All right, it's the brother Alazar Bon Lawyer. Man, we know that, what's going on within the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American communities. We know that adultery is something that runs rampant. We know we got a lot of women that's lying. Got a man won't tell you, get you in a whole lot of trouble. At the same time, you got a lot of men that actually prey on other men's women and actually want to commit adultery. Adultery is something that has been plaguing our communities as Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the Israelites for thousands of years. Since we came into existence, I won't say since we came into existence, but, not too long after we came into existence as a nation, adultery is something that has plagued our nation. That wickedness, that wicked act, that atrocious act, that crime against God and another man has been plaguing our nation, man, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, what I want to show you is a video that I just was shown on Facebook, all right? And it basically it is a particular individual. It's a particular individual. Now, I want to play this and then get into the scriptures. Okay, you have these two individuals, two so-called black men. Okay, in Los Angeles and South Central. Okay, they're two gang members. They are both members of rival gangs, two of the biggest rivals and two of the largest gangs in Los Angeles. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to play this video and I want to speak about not only the implications of the actual act of adultery that just took place between the man you see here on the floor and the woman you're going to see, but also the greater implications of it and how it ties all into biblical prophecy and what is written here in the scriptures. Okay, but I'm just going to play this and then we're going to get into the scriptures.
Nigga don't say low crip, nigga. This what happened to niggas, cuz. Real talk, they do stupid shit like this, though, bro. Real talk. Now record that bitch. Record that bitch.
Damn,
Real shit don't say low.
why you didn't set?
Do this, nigga.
I told him.
Did you set this nigga up?
No, I did not.
I do this, though, nigga.
See, they asked him, did you set this nigga up? The dude who's recording is friends with the guy who is just did the ass whooping. He's going to do a little more ass whooping here in a second. But, so, what he's saying is, like, did you set him up? Was this your plan all along? Knowing that this particular individual was a rival gang member of mine, did you have him to come over to your house so your boyfriend could then whoop his ass? Or was you really messing with the dude? That's the question that's being posed, and she's insisting that that's not what happened, that she let him know that she had a man she's getting ready to say, but she was still messing with him anyway. Okay, but
Did you set this nigga up?
I told him I had to.
Cause I do know that.
Nigga, look at me, nigga. Say low crip, nigga. So we do the niggas. Real talk, nigga. Proud of me, nigga. Say low crip, nigga.
Cause man, did you set this nigga up, my nigga?
I told him I had a nigga.
you know what? You heard what she said? She said, I told him I had a nigga. So he knew before he got in the car and did what he did with this woman, go over to her house and do what he did with her. He knew damn good and well that she had a man. She had a husband. She belonged to somebody. Okay.
Hey, you lying.
Niggas, what happened to niggas, Groove? It's what happened to niggas, don't Groove? Say low crip, nigga. Say low crip. Come here. Oh. What's up, cuz?
Cuz you know it better. I know, my nigga. That's what I'm saying, my nigga.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Now he's saying, you know, he referred to his friend as a hothead and all of this. You know, we're gonna get into the scriptures again in a second, but the place of anger he's acting from is actually righteous and justified in the eyes of the Most High God. We just live in a society where you're looked at as weak if you're mad. You know, you're looked at as weak if another guy could get with your woman, and then if you're mad about another guy getting with your woman. That is something that in this society, amongst our people in our communities, you're looked at as weak for reacting in that way. But in all actuality, it's coming from a righteous place. And the Most High God said you have every right to be angry, and you actually have every right when we had our power to actually end both of these people's lives. Okay? Instead, he whooped his ass and watch what he's finna do to her.
Yeah, this what happens, bitch. Yeah, this what happens.
And you see how she's acting. Okay, she's now. I'm sure that you know, she might run off at the mouth or whatever. But you see how she's acting right now when she sees how serious this man is. She's not saying nothing. She's just being quiet. He put her hands on her. She's not saying, "Don't put your hands on me." None of that. She's wrong and he's wrong, and they know they're wrong, and that's why they're silent and they're just sitting there taking their whoopings, man. Okay.
Bitch. Say low crip, nigga. I do this, nigga. I do this, nigga. I do this. I do this. I do this. Real shit, nigga. Beat niggas up, nigga. Bitch cheat on me, she get beat up.
He says a bitch cheat on me, she get beat up. Now in this society again, that's something that people will look at you as a monster for. But according to the Most High God, if a bitch cheat on you, not only should she get beat up, she should die. So really, it's worse than whooping her ass. You understand what I'm saying? And not only her, but the man that she actually cheated on you with. Okay, you can't kill one and not the other. You can't punish one and not the other. And he clearly showed that here. He whooped old boy ass. He went upside her head real quick. Okay, he was being balanced and just with this situation. Not saying that this guy's a righteous dude, but in this instance, this was to a degree and in a way a righteous act. Okay.
Sit on crib. Let's go. Now you continue on with this nigga. Continue on with this nigga, bro.
That's pretty much it. You know, he just, you know, talks his little shit or whatever after that. Okay, but now I want to get into some of these scriptures. Okay, Leviticus 20:10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So again, according to the Most High God, the laws that he gave us that are supposed to govern the entire planet Earth under the nation of Israel, and that in the kingdom of heaven will. If somebody commits adultery, okay, with your woman, you have every right to kill him and her. Okay, and you got to kill both of them. You can't just kill one. You would have to kill both of them when we're in our rulership. Okay, so again, was that man in his right mind to a degree when he acted the way he acted, as we just seen on that video? Yes, he was, according to the Bible, according to the Most High God. Okay, let's go to Job 24:15. The eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguise of his face. So he waited. He came on the late night. He thought he was going to get away with creeping up and getting some of that young lady's box, man. Okay? Little did he know the Most High God caught him up, man. Had that nigga show up on him, whoop his ass, and humiliate him. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's go to Proverbs 23:27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit, man. And she was playing the whore when she committed adultery. Okay, and a whore is a deep ditch, man. Okay, you get with these certain of these women, man. You know, they have their whorish ways, their adulterous ways, and she's just a trap, man. Okay, she's just a damn trap that is hard for you to dig yourself out of, man. Let's go to Sirach 25:24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. We all know the story of Adam and Eve, and this is what we see, especially amongst the black and Hispanic women, are playing the part of Eve, their foremother, to a perfect degree, and bringing in death to her man. Because now, like I referenced earlier, these are two gang members, not only two gang members, but two rival gang members of two of the biggest gangs in Los Angeles. Okay, you know, the dude who was doing the ass whooping is a member of the Hoovers. The dude who was getting his ass whooped is a member of the Rolling 60s. Again, the Rolling 60s is the biggest black gang in Los Angeles. The Hoovers is right behind them. Okay, you know, and here's the thing about that. Now, they've been beefing for years. I'm talking about for 20, I don't know, 30 plus years. These two gangs have been at war with one another and their affiliates. But you know, things like this can reignite a beef, and somebody could die behind this, all behind that girl with them damn synthetic braids in her hair, man. You see what I'm saying? All behind her. She wasn't even cute like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could potentially die. This may reignite that gang war between these two gangs, who are two of the biggest and most deadliest gangs in that region, all through this woman. So that's why it says the woman is the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Now again, some of you people who live outside of California, outside of the West Coast, you may have this misconception that it's Bloods versus Crips. On the West Coast, especially in LA, the main conflicts are Crips versus other Crips. And the reason that is because in the late 70s and the early 80s, a lot of disputes between Crips who were friends began to happen. And the majority of these disputes were over women just like this. And now 30 years later, hundreds and even thousands in some cases of so-called black and Hispanic men have died by the hand of somebody who used to be their ally because of one incident that happened with one funky ass woman. That's why the Bible say again, Sirach 25 and 24, I'm going to read it again. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. You see what I'm saying? Decades of young so-called black men getting gunned down over one person being mad over one case of adultery. Which is the righteous that they committed that adultery, but the fact that you were dealing with these women, you should have knew better. You should have been able to peep her ways out. And if you knew the scriptures, you would know a whore is a deep ditch. So if I mess with this broad, it's going to lead me down a path of destruction. And a lot of these people got in these situations with these women, not even realizing that this woman is not only going to lead you on a path of destruction, it's going to trickle down, and it's going to be a generational path of destruction, where now I'm walking down the street and I'm from this gang and he's from that gang, and we have problems with each other historically, and we're not even sure why. We just know that when we got initiated into this gang, we don't like them dudes over there. And the whole thing goes back to the origins of that beef, just go back to some damn woman who was being a hoe. This is how we know the scriptures are true and the most valid things on the planet Earth, that the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, has given these scriptures, and they are total truth, 100% truth. Okay? We go to Mark 8 and 38, the words of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. He said, "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation." So he's referring to our people as adulterous and sinful, and that's what we are. Our people live in sin, and our people pride themselves on adultery. We have that taking place in all aspects and facets of our communities amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's one of the most prevalent things that happens amongst our community. The majority of songs that our people listen to perpetuate this activity and make it cool and hold it in a positive light, when that's evil, and that's really just a mechanism that the devil has pushed our people into. You know, like you got a guy like Trey Songz get a fat old check from the white man record label to sing at the beginning of all his songs is "Mr. Steal Your Girl." The white man wants that activity to be perpetuated, to perpetuate promiscuity in our community, to perpetuate single parent homes in our community, to perpetuate a conflict in our community, because of course naturally as a man, you take my possession, which is my woman, I'm going to have an issue with you, and it's probably going to lead to something violent. You see what I'm saying? This is all biblical. The Bible told us about all of this thousands of years ago, and now we've been given it to us, but they lied to us about it in the church. If we were just reading this for real and through the Spirit and having the real lenses on it, we would see these things, and we would be able to nip certain of these things in the bud within our communities, at least starting with ourselves first, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua. Of course, let me start again from the top. "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation." So whichever y'all is ashamed of the Bible, the truth of the Bible, Yahweh Shai, who was not a white man, who was a so-called black man, God, Yahweh, who also was a so-called black man, if you're ashamed of the Bible and the truth of it, and of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed. So Yahweh Shai, when he returns to save a certain amount of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he's going to be ashamed of you because you were ashamed of him. You didn't want to do what's right when it was right in front of you, okay? When he cometh in the glory of his Father and with the holy angels. So all you adulterous niggas out there, you sinful niggas out there, Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Christ, when Yahweh the Most High sends him, he's going to be ashamed of you. He's going to forsake you. And you're going to suffer damnation with our oppressors and our enemies because you have made yourself an enemy by rejecting and being ashamed of the word that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gave us. Okay? But I'm going to end with this. I'm going to go into Proverbs. We're going to go in this Proverbs, the 7th chapter, because it sums a lot of stuff up. Okay, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. So the Lord said to do what? Keep his commandments, his laws, okay? And we read one of the laws, which was Leviticus 20:10, which says that you can't have sex with somebody else's woman, okay? Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart, okay? Meaning always keep these laws in mind. And in some cases, it's good to even, some of our ancient forefathers would wear phylacteries and actually have the law in scrolls written in little pouches that they would tie around their arms, chest, and head. Okay, as a constant reminder. Our ancient ancestors wear fringes on our garments. Why? As a constant reminder of the law, statutes, and commandments to keep them so we could have eternal life. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. Okay, get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's in these scriptures, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Because if you are in tune with the spirit and have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and know you can't sleep with somebody else's wife, amongst other things, you won't do that when this woman comes and propositions you with her flattering words. Oh, I got a nigga, but it's cool, come over. That's what this bitch said. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to verse 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld. Right? This is basically an observation. I looked out of my house and I seen something. And beheld amongst the simple ones, I discerned amongst the youths a young man void of understanding. That nigga that was on the ground getting his ass whooped was a young man void of understanding. Okay? Passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. So he was well on his way to that so-called black woman's house, right? Verse 9. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark of the night. Was it not dark as hell outside in that video we just watched? Now watch this. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and a subtle of heart. You see what I'm saying? She was wearing that tight fitting clothes, so you seeing all her curves, so you now thinking about what she looks like outside of that. You getting a good visualization? You see what I'm saying? Verse 11. She is loud and stubborn, and her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. This is how you know this woman, because she be out in the streets, out and about. You can't know a woman that you don't see out and about. She's a woman that be out and about. And now, because of social media, there's other ways that these women could be out and about, putting themselves out there on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and these dating sites. So they don't even have to actually be out in the streets to be out there. You see what I'm saying? Because thousands and millions of people have access to seeing them on these various social networks. Okay? So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore, let's take it. Let's take this old world concept and put it to a new world concept. You know, I just got my check today. I got some food over here. I got some drink. I got some weed. This is the type of ways that a woman may entice you in this day and age. Okay, verse 15. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings and tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. You know, I got the house all nice, clean. I done lit some candles, all of that. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. So let's make love. Let's have sex. Let's do it. This is how these women are coming, just like they came in the ancient days. They come the same way now. She said, for the good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. Yeah, I got a man, but he ain't here. She notified this young dude that she had a man, this simple young nigga, that she had a man, but guess what? He ain't here. He on a long journey. He ain't gonna come around. Little did she know the nigga popped up and whooped the motherfucker ass and got on her too. Okay, verse 20. He hath taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips she forced him. So she forced him through the flattering of her lips. You can persuade somebody and force somebody to do something with the art of persuasion, especially a woman over a man, especially a man that's in his weak state. You understand what I'm saying? And he was in his weak state. So even though she let him know and he was well aware that she had a nigga, as she said, guess what? It was all good to her. That's why he was there. He wouldn't have been there if she wouldn't have made it all good. Okay? If she would have been like, nah, I ain't messing with you, why would the nigga pull up? Made no sense. Verse 22. He goeth after her straightway. That's what that little nigga did. He went after her straightway. As an ox goeth to the slaughter, or a fool to the correction of the stocks. And that's what he went. He went straightway. He had no idea that that the young brother was gonna catch his ass slipping right there and whoop his ass. He had no idea. He went as a goddamn ox to the slaughter, as a fool to the correction of stocks. Okay? Till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Okay? He's like a bird that got caught in a trap, man. And that's what happened. He got caught in that trap. He was on the ground getting his ass beat. He knew if not that he went and followed that woman for his life. Now, again, because of this woman, this beef may re-escalate between these two gangs, and that nigga might get killed. It's likely, or the other dude might get killed. Either of these things could happen. He didn't realize by taking that trip to that woman's house, a dart struck through his liver. He was like an ox going to the slaughter. He had no idea. But see, when we, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true people of Israel, God's chosen people, start to get back into these scriptures and start to get knowledge and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's beautiful because we avoid those situations. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to keep ourselves away from that dumbass shit, man. From wicked, evil acts like having sex with another man's possession of woman. You see what I'm saying? We have enough sense to do that, so we're not in that position. Let's say possibly that the dude that was on the ground on any other day of the week could have whooped dude ass. I ain't saying that's true, but let's say potentially that. The Lord will have it to where your hands will be confounded and let somebody who you may be physically able to prevail over you just to punish you for the wicked act that you committed. You see what I'm saying? We're dealing with the Most High God. We're dealing with the justice and righteous judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the creator of heaven and earth. You see what I'm saying? So when we take all that into consideration, we got to understand that this magnificent, glorious power that we have has various devices to judge you, man, and can confound your might with no problem. You see what I'm saying? If you weaken, you give in, and you gave in to that harlot, man. You gave in to that whorish woman, and you fell into that deep pit, and the dart struck through your liver, man. You got your ass whipped, man. Okay, and we'll see where this progresses from here. Your niggas from 60s might want to hop and shoot at some niggas from Hoover over there. And it's going to go back and forth and back and forth. Niggas going to get shot, some niggas going to die. This is the cycle. How do we break the cycle? By coming back to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and letting the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai come upon us and give us this knowledge of understanding through reading the Bible. Okay, the Bible is the tool to uplift and perfect black people in this time and get us out of this predicament and get us back on top where we belong. With that being said, again, call hello Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and Shalom.